Thank the Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days in which to revise and extend their remarks and to insert extraneous material in H.R. 2159.
Without objection, so ordered.
I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, first of all, I want to thank the gentlelady from Georgia for joining with me in this effort. I'd like to thank the Minority Leader for his past work on this bill as well, from his position on the Judiciary Committee, like the gentlelady from Georgia. We may come at these things from slightly different perspectives on different issues that come before us, but we're bound together and joined together here on wanting some common sense, good government to make sure that we know what we're dealing with respect to criminal laws. Because for decades, the American people, Congress, and corners of the federal government have tried to grasp a reliable estimate of how many criminal laws exist, either in statute or in regulation. In the 1980s, the Department of Justice tried to count the number of federal criminal laws that reside within the code and estimated there are, quote, about 3,000 criminal offenses. The American Bar Association came in the 90s and said it was much higher than 3,000, but couldn't figure out the number. In 2019, the U.S. Code was estimated to have 5,199 federal crimes, but again, it was uncertain. In other words, the Department of Justice, the American Bar Association, organizations within our government are guessing. Now, to be clear, there's estimated to be thousands of criminal offenses, many buried in regulatory codes. For context, there are an estimated 300,000 federal regulations that carry criminal offenses that could put an American citizen in prison. Now, we can debate the merits, and we would debate the merits, no doubt, among the members of this body, of any particular statute that criminalize a certain act, or any particular regulation that comes with criminal penalties associated with an action. It might be something that involves OSHA, it might be something that involves environmental regulations, it might be something else. But there are thousands upon thousands of regulations and statutes, and the American people often have no idea that they might be in violation of something that would come with a penalty that might include jail time or sufficient fines and so forth, and potentially could become a felon. So this bill is pretty simple. It just directs the federal government, it directs the executive branch to count the crimes, to come up with a list of the crimes that exist and put those in order, and to make sure that we know what offenses are attached to those so that we can go through this and make decisions as to whether or not these crimes are duplicative, whether they might be contradictory, whether maybe they go too far, not far enough. But we feel like the People's House, for sure, Congress, in its Article I function, ought to know how many crimes there are, ought to know what penalties are associated with those crimes so that the American people can know this. With that, I will reserve.
Gentleman reserve.